Hello and good evening, viewers online and those of you who are at your home watching with interest. What was supposed to be a debate for the 2 seats for the ODA category and 1 for the new donor category for the upcoming Board of Governors election for the Delhi College. I guess because of, as luck would have it, we only have participants from one panel consisting of Mr. Sandeep Parekh, Manveer Bias in the new donor category and the other two in the ODA category. We must make the best use of our time, and that's what COVID has taught us. So now that we are all here, my introduction is I am Vinay Chajlani, connected with technology and media world, generally known to be a fair and unbiased, and I will try to keep true to that my nature and reputation, in still keeping this dialogue on course to be in real sense moderated. There's only one side. So to begin with, let me also tell you, you will only see camera joining off-site. Manveer Bias unfortunately is in contact with somebody who is down with COVID, and I respected citizen and responsible citizen, he has opted to operate from his home, and we thank you for that, Manveer, and welcome. We'll start with one-line introduction or a very brief introduction from both of you, and as to why they actually want to be a member on the board.
Who begins? I begin.
Ladies first.
Oh, ladies first.
We're still chivalrous.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to go live and talk to all the old aliens here. Thank you so much everyone for hearing us out. So I'm Dr. Divya Gupta from a batch of 82, a proud old alien, a mother of 3 old aliens, and they have all been achievers by themselves. I was one of the prefects there in the school, a very active, interactive person.
I come back and in some sense it's something that we've raised before, and I think this is a point that is very important. As I said, Delhi College is seen as a good boarding school of Indore versus Delhi College being seen as a premier residential public school of the country. Where do you think we are today, and where do you think you aspire to take it?
So, over the years, Delhi College has always been more of a day boarding school and less of a day school.
But they always seem to be toggling, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they go full residential, sometimes they go
exactly.
So one doesn't really understand.
Exactly. So it is a pretty confusing state for either the parents or the administration or somebody who's not from Delhi College outside. A third person who views Delhi College is equally confused because what are we? Are we an all boarding school? Are we a day come boarding school? What is the ratio? So unfortunately, over the years, where we were very proud to have a very strong boarding section and of course a very balanced day boarding section, unfortunately over the years, the day boarding section has increased tremendously, whereas the boarding sections have gone down tremendously. What we feel, both of us, what we feel here is that the boarding children bring the culture, the diverse culture that India is famous for. Mm-hmm. That diversity is brought under one roof, and we are very proud of that diversity flourishing into the school. Now we have just a handful of boarders left into the school.
What is the proportion?
Now that we have...
It's about 1600 to 400.
For those in the audience that may not be keeping very regular in touch.
I think the total number is 1600 around, and out of that 450 is the boarders.
Okay.
See,
any data that you have that out of the 450, how many are from outside of, let's say, 300 kilometers of Indore?
We do not have access to any of those details.
Okay.
Yeah.
That data is not made public?
Not made
No,
public, no.
Even as a contestant?
No. That's the saddest part actually. Lot of things were not given to us even as...
I think that's surprising, because I would almost be willing to put my money as a bet on the wager that more than 50% of these 450 would be possibly from within 300 kilometers of Indore.
Could be.
Which,
Could
if I
be.
take your point on diversity,
See,
leaves only about 200 students from other parts of the country, which we may call, let's say, non-central India,
Right.
for a large,
Right.
for a want of a better word,
Yes.
or non-Malwa,
Yes.
Nimad area.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I think this infrastructure deserves a lot better mix of students.
Yes.
Definitely.
It does.
It has an international quality infrastructure, very highly accomplished teachers, which I may have interacted with, and then let's head straight on. What would you do to motivate other people to come in here?
So we could
Other borders as borders.
Yes, one is you know, I think they have capacity to accommodate more than
Oh, yeah.
450,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what would you do in terms of board to ensure that that infrastructure is world class? Secondly, how does the school market itself under your contribution to the board, wherever you are heard, to ensure that more students can come from outside?
We must ensure that communication should go to across the globe, across the country. We must market ourselves outside Indore. That because that what interaction that children would bring in would be a far more advantageous to the every student.
So,
across.
let's understand. Last 20 years, gradually Delhi College has built a Delhi College business school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aspired to create a Delhi College University, which didn't work out, I guess, with a lot of efforts and a lot of money down the drain, but it didn't work out. And then they also have now a new Delhi College day school, right?
It was
Right.
created but scrapped.
Created but scrapped.
Scrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So given those things, what I think from the outside is the same people that are going to Delhi College may either start by DCDS and maybe probably it's a eyewash for getting out of the RTE. I don't understand, but I assume so, whatever I understand about education.
Yeah.
Then get into DC and then get into DCBS, and I guess the DCBS also has the same mix. I have rarely met anybody from Baroda, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Bombay who's saying I have sent my children to DCBS. So it's almost like you are a good family in Indore, put your kid in DCDS, DCBS, and that's it.
It's a
So
what
we're
we-
actually, you're saying, in my view, it's appearing to be more and more inward-looking school.
yes.
So
How do
we
you
would
make it more
aspire-
upward-looking? Do you think you'll be heard?
No, so we would be aspiring that once you go to any of the Delhi universities or you go to Bombay universities or you go to UK, I mean, they should know Delhi College. Our name should be known.
They do. I mean, I went to Pilani, I had few Delians with
No,
me.
and once you,
But,
the Delhi College would be known.
But they're all from Indore, again.
So the Delhi College would be known if you have performance, if you have achievers, if you have a performance to your credits, and that would all come all together. Like once you have a positive
But
changes.
honestly, I think that's a hard nut to crack. How do you intend to crack it?
I will see. This is an era of marketing.
Mhm.
Let's also take it that way.
Yeah.
Probably we have not been able to market ourselves well the way we should have. You know, we are one of the best in infrastructure, which we should have. As I said, we have a very strong alumni, which we should have highlighted, which we are not. And we should bring them back together and therefore create a platform for the rest of the world to see and portray that, you know, these are our alumni. Let those alumni come back and, you know, we can use them in advertisements, we can use them as video promoters and things like that, and then take this forward. So data again is very important. Marketing that data is again an art which should have been done, and give advertisements wherever in national papers, national magazines, everything is on the television now, e-platforms are available, everything is available there on the platform. Our website needs to be very strong about our all admission clear policies and everything, which needs to be clarified in very, very clear, strong way. If we are very transparent in the way that we want to take it forward, I'm sure people will believe us. Once we open the gates for students from all across the country, I'm sure people are going to believe us, because we have everything. We are potentially a potentially very rich school which can provide everything to a student. But yes, we are lacking with the will to go forward.
So, let me understand. There are 9 board members. Only?
Yeah.
Okay. The elections we're talking about here are for 3 seats. There's of course the principal. There is the old owner category. There's the government nominee, right? I don't think the whole board gets elected right now.
3 categories.
Right?
Only 3.
Only 3 categories. So As a prelude and as a prep to your leading up to the election, have you had the opportunity to talk to some of the other members that are going to continue it? And have you discussed your views with them?
No, sorry.
Because I believe the other contestants are already on the board and would therefore have already access and have interacted. And if you present a different thought, is there a heads up on that?
See, the entire idea of the debate was just this.
No, those are obviously you're competing from the same seats, right?
So we
I'm
would
talking
have-
about the other 6.
Or the other 6.
No, other 6 are not decided as of now, and
Then
they are
the
not
upper
from
two-
any seats. Like only the 2 old donor category, they are the only ones who make a team somewhere. The rest, the parent nominees and the government nominees, they are the government nominees are appointed by the government, so that they don't come from any of the teams. And
No, that I am aware.
Yeah.
So I guess the current politically government in power will nominate them.
Right.
But normally, in the corporate world or in the trust world or in the social sector, when you have a plan, you normally you have a peer-to-peer discussion.
Yes,
right?
yes. That would
So-
happen once we are in.
Okay.
Because you cannot discuss everything because we do not. We
You cannot have
we cannot have,
anticipatory,
exactly.
preparatory discussion.
Sorry, I may not be using the correct word. So.
No, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. The idea is to get your thoughts across.
Yeah, yeah.
And challenge them when there is some disagreement.
Yeah.
And that's the basic idea. What makes you a better candidate?
I think we have Manveer hasn't joined into our debate so far. Can Manveer join? No, he cannot. I'm so
No.
sorry about it. So sorry because of the technical issues. I'm so sorry. Manveer has been kept out of the debate. We are very very sorry, apologetic about it. And he seems to be in a bad shape because of the COVID. So I think Sandeep. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, the question is, what makes you think you're the better candidate?
See, I mean, there has been one candidate who's been there for 10 years in the board, and he is already on the governing board of other schools. So, I mean, there would be a conflict of interest, apparently. Plus, I mean, 10 years is good enough time for somebody to deliver.
Okay.
For somebody to deliver, we believe in 5 years term as a tenure, not as a legacy that, okay, you continue. Because you plan for 5 years, deliver for 5 years, relook at everything and post 5 years. And then you don't continue with a legacy like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Because, I mean, ultimately you have to perform. And change always gives you an opportunity to perform better. Because you come in with new thoughts, new processes, because whatever they have done it. So that's where we feel, I mean, like 10 years is good enough time for somebody. Conflict of interest should not be there. We because have no other commitments with any other school or anything. We basically would be focused to this school itself, and we would look into the interest of our alma mater to the best of our capabilities.
Okay, so first of all, I being a woman, I'm proud that women are better time managers. Let's take it that way. They have better time management issues. You may disagree, but
We don't want to have another 1 hour debate on that topic. I think that's a
So
debatable point.
they are good at multitasking and they are good managers. And therefore, I think in high time that we had a woman contesting for a board.
I will object to that with a small anecdote, right?
Okay.
A very close friend of mine was a partner with a person, and they had to disengage their company.
Okay.
And the reason they had to disengage their company is because the wife, between the husband and wife, they felt wife was a better executive and the husband was a better homemaker.
Okay.
Right.
So that makes.
So the husband stayed home and the wife rose to becoming one of the very role model CEO that India has known, Indra Nooyi.
Okay.
And her husband Raj Nooyi actually
Yes.
became a homemaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think let's stay away from that and not get into it. You present one, I'll give you many other examples.
So okay, what I feel that not only just because of that was pretty much as a humor adding to the debate. Yes, looking at the way that we have conducted our other organization,
Mhm.
like when I talk about Jwala, when I talk about Dr. Nagpal Sansthan or any other organization that we have taken forward, I feel that as an individual, I think I have the vision and the capability and the ability to take forward a team. And therefore, because it is my school and I'm very compassionate, very passionate about my school, I would be driven with that all that compassion and passion to take the things forward. And एक एक पत्थर वहाँ का मैटर करता है, एक एक पत्ता वहाँ का मैटर करता है. तो जब वो बॉन्डिंग होती है आपकी और आपको दुख होता है, तो then you feel that no, this is time that I need to act and I need to take it forward.
See, we've got a vision in hand, we've got a program in hand, we believe, transparency, we need to have a strong focus on administration, we need to have a very, revitalize the international exposure to children, we need to have a very, good connect with the old aliens per se, have a global connect with them, we need to have a transparency in our admission procedures, we need to have a very, an approach with a vision for 5 years that every child who comes out of school should be able to face the challenges, because it's a very challenging world outside you come out of school. So he should be well trained, he should be gender sensitive, he should be environmentally sensitive, he should be ready to check the challenges. We must have a resource center at school, because where you can have a good career counselor, where you can have a psychiatrist who can help children because of stress now. A lot of children need help, and you must be able to guide them for what future careers they can take. They can aspire for going to best of the universities in the country or in the world, and to help them, assist them in their financial aid. I mean, a whole lot of things which can benefit a child. We would like to pursue, and we would like to put it in place so that the beneficiary is that child who is the student who's studying there.
Pretty holistic approach towards the development of the child, preparing that child for the future. So it's just the textbook knowledge is of course important. When we say that I read it, I forget it. When I see it, I remember it. But when I do it, it's for a lifetime. So that's what the dictum is, and that's how we want to take it forward.
So that's been an interesting session we have had today. I still continue to wish that we could have had a debate maybe after 5 years.
Do you have any questions?
When two sets of people
Audience
are there.
questions are there.
Audience questions are there.
Yes, I'm coming to that. So I think this wraps up our first part of the debate. The planned debate, which is now converted into a conversation, but I tried to play partly a devil's advocate to make it very fair, and be a ghost opponent. But there's only so much we can do as a ghost opponent, not real.
But you were one.
But with that, before we go into wrapping up, we would like to welcome certain audience questions. So if the audience questions can be read out, and then we'll take them.
Mr. Anurup Prabhakaran is asking, if elected, how do you intend to change the work environment for the teachers?
Okay.
Okay, so the question I'll repeat once again. Are you on the mic? No.
If elected, how...
Yeah, I got it. So if elected, how do you propose to change the work environment and the work culture for the teachers? That's the question. So broader category, let's address teacher empowerment, teacher benefits, and teachers enjoying the profession of imparting knowledge. How do you propose to improve that?
You use the right word, that teachers should enjoy being a teacher. I am a child of two teachers. So my father was a teacher, my mother was a teacher. So I know what is the importance of a teacher, what is the importance of a teacher into a child's life, how much does a child look up to a teacher. So that teacher needs to enjoy what he or she is doing. Fortunately, we have more of female teachers these days.
Mm-hmm.
And that also adds a lot of compassion again towards a female to a child. That's again very, very important. A work environment is the sole ethos of any institution. Your HR, your everything depends upon how do you teach, how do you deal with these teachers. They're after all human beings. After all, they have a family. After all, they also have some commitments towards their social life, their family, everything. We have to take everything into consideration for the fact that they are impartially or lovingly, they go out of their way to help, teach, love each and every child in the school. So it is our utmost duty as the board to please understand them, treat them as basic, lovable human beings, and that is the only thing that I think I want to look forward to, because these teachers are the backbone of any school. If they are respected, if they are treated well, they are going to reverberate to each and every child all that feeling that we have inculcated into them.
We must keep them motivated. We must.
No, we must, but how?
Looking at whatever they need, we must provide. You know, a
So
good environment.
would you look at a professional HR engagement
Yes.
to design programs
Yes.
and processes that
Yes.
will
Yeah.
deliver better?
That is, as I said, it
They
has
are the
to
key.
have a professional approach. Has to have.
Aditi Agrawal Mittal, she's asking, what should ideally be the new admissions procedure?
Yes. Very well asked, Aditi. So Aditi has asked what would be the admission procedures. Aditi, we have already we started already working on a very robust admission policy. Let me just assure you about 2-3 highlighted things. One, that as an old alien has a priority to admission of a child into the school. That is the first priority. Overflowing of the old aliens would have a lottery system probably. Let's work on that. Third is the fact that we must have a very robust admission policy pasted on the website, so that we know that this is our website and this is our admission policy. Also, we have a few schools all across the country which have very good admission policies, whether it be Doon, whether it be Sanar, whether it be Mayo, whether it be any other school. All these schools, they have a very good robust admission policy. We will take advices from all these schools, study them. We will have a few academicians who will advise us that what best admission policies should be taken, and we will stick to that admission policy. Let me just promise you that.
It'll be all a very transparent system. Everything would be on the website. The quotas, the number of admissions are offered. Everything would be on the website at every point of time.
Great. Mr. Anuj Agrawal, what plans do you have to stitch the alumni community of DC across batches? This is in particular with overseas and outstation old aliens who may not participate in local events in Indore.
So I think this again, I will take that question from Anuj. Thank you, Anuj, for this question. And I think some of the other queries that have come up, I'll sum it up once again for both of you. Getting alumni activated across geographies,
Yeah.
across qualifications, post their schooling, across age groups. So, and achievers, non-achievers alike.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's an old alien.
They can contribute.
He's
Yes.
an old alien. I mean,
And I think historically, with the challenge that we spoke about during the discussion about further attracting outside people to get admission here,
Yes.
what would be your plan? Because being an ODA member, that's the particular group you're responsible for.
See, the fact is that a lot of old aliens outside Indore have not yet opted for their children to come back to Delhi College, to get their children admitted in Delhi
That's
College.
possibly because they themselves don't feel as connected.
So that is exactly what
So
I'm
the
targeting.
Global Connect
That's-
program.
That is the target. That's the
Okay.
connect that we want to create. That let those old aliens be proud parents of children who they want to bring back to Delhi College. That is exactly what we are aiming at. And they are the brand ambassadors of Delhi College outside of Indore, outside of probably country that they would want to have. We would also encourage volunteer programs. We would also encourage mentorship programs. So all these things are on our mind, and we would want to take them forward so that they
I think
bring
that's
back.
a great thought.
What
Yeah.
will
Sandeep, do
make-
you think your experience as the ODA secretary from 2008 to 11 helped you with that?
Definitely. See, the thing is, we should be accessible to everyone. You know, as a board member, you should be accessible to their concerns and address them accordingly. Like if it's a concern regarding any field of the school, I mean, you address it, but you don't do it yourself. I mean, you professionally have it
I
done. Like, it may come to you as a complaint or it may come to you as a concern, but you address it, you get it done through a procedure. I mean, you don't walk into it like as a board member and get it done, but you get it done, help them. This is your duty. It's your part of your job. That as a board member, you're supposed to address those concerns, get them solved, but do it through a procedure that should be not hindering with the policies of the school, not with the, ultimate goal of the school, that every.
Whatever Sandeep has said, that accessibility of a board member is very important. Again, what he said was absolutely right.
But
That
I think over accessibility is also not good.
Exactly,
So you have-
exactly. That is what I was trying to point out.
I
That
think you have to have the
accessible,
right balance.
right balance, and accessible. Yes, a person needs to be accessible. He's accessible. I, as a gynecologist, understand that a missed call somewhere, even at 12 o'clock or even 2 o'clock in the middle of the night, is something which is my priority. So accessibility, I understand completely. So accessibility is something that we are very proud of, but over accessibility, going a little overboard, we need to draw lines.
So we have time for one last question. We will take one last question, and then I'll give you both a minute each to wrap up on what your thoughts are, and then I will close the argument.
Yeah.
Mr. Sudhir Tiwari is asking, since this category represents only 2 seats, what are you going to do to ensure a robust and effective overall board?
See, what I believe is, once you go inside, it's not like you're from this board or this team or that team. You're all you're all going to work in the interest of the school. So it's basically, once you go in, your 9 members who are going to focus on to the development of school, and you have to, work, design everything with a focus on to the development of school. It doesn't matter where you come from, which team you came from, what election you contested. All those things become a past. You have to work in cohesiveness with the board, along with the students, along with the parents, along with the administration of the school, considering the principal as the head of the administrative head of the school. So you have to keep everybody in cohesiveness and then function accordingly. Then only you will function better. Otherwise, the larger interest is school. So you have to work, focus, and it doesn't matter where you come from, what backgrounds or what.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you audience for being here with us, sending in your questions. I hope you've had a fair chance to understand what these people think about, and I hope I have represented you well in light of the fact that there is a physical absentia because of COVID, and we're not able to see you face to face nor gauge your reactions, but I will give 1 minute each and we'll keep to the timeline, otherwise I'll do a buzz. We'll start this time with Sandeep. Wrap up your views, what makes you a great candidate and what makes us believe
Sir, I will put you on.
that you will be very judicious to your job and you will let nothing influence you if you are elected to the board.
Definitely, see, like I said, the ultimate goal is to the work in the interest of the school. To do that, you detach yourself from other things when you are sitting on the chair of the board member. You have to detach yourself, work everything with the interest of the school as your primary concern. Be accessible to people, take their concerns, address their concerns because you have the authority to address those concerns. So be with them, address their concerns, whatever is possible within the limitations of your school policy. Do that, help them and get the school function in a very cohesive manner with all 4 stakeholders to be taken care of. Plus, what you need to do is, look forward to you have to grow again. So you have to look forward to also the policies should make that, okay, 5 years down the line, where you want your school to be, where you want your children to be, how you want them to be. So you make a policy, you make a roadmap for 5 years and work on those roadmaps for 5 years and deliver to the satisfaction of children and to the institution.
Divya.
So I think it's always a teamwork. You cannot work alone towards achieving whatever you need to achieve. The common denominator here for each and everybody is just our beloved school, the Daily College. We have to take baby steps sometimes. We have to take a larger thing, keeping in mind the larger picture in vision, and that's how we have to start marching forward. Everybody in the school has to be given that confidence that we are all working together to march forward. Whether it be a student, whether it be a grade 4 Karmachari, or whether it be anybody, or of course the staff. Everybody needs to be taken into confidence and we all need to march. And the parents, let's not forget the parents who form the best of the quality of the Daily College. We have to take everybody into confidence and then march forward, because after all, it is the best interest of the school. As a woman, I can promise that as a person, human being, with all the good heart, I would like to take everybody's compassion forward and take it forward to a new level high, a new high of Delhi College. That's what I can see and I can promise.
Manveer sir is on call with us,
Yeah.
and we can have something from him.
Sure.
An ending note.
Please.
Okay. Sir, you are online. Yeah, you can say.
Yeah, good evening, Vinaya. So sorry I couldn't be there in person because of certain COVID issues in my family. So we joined in on the debate, but the Lord Almighty has some another plan. I was hearing the debate. I was so anxious to answer almost all the questions that you were being asked by the audience. I wanted to reply to everything that you were saying, but like I said, I was being a recipient of what was being said over there. And at the end, I don't know if there are any questions left that I can add on to, or something that you had said earlier that
Can you give him a minute or two?
I think there was a question which was there.
I think Manveer, we will appreciate if you take a couple of minutes to put forward your views on the broad issues that we've raised during this discussion, and I think that's only fair to you that we give you the audience. And please go ahead. Try to be crisp, so that the audience can hear what you have to say.
See, Vinaya, what everybody must understand that Delhi College is not a 150-year-old history, and no particular board of 5 years should be entrusted with any kind of a fundamental change in the constitution. Okay? We are all custodians over here. The board, if it comes into power, is the custodian of the money received from the parents. It is the custodian of
So Manveer, I'm sorry, but I think Manveer, we are now running out of time,
Just give him 30 seconds. or-
and I give you 30 seconds more. Please wrap up, okay?
If one has to say, to sum it all up, one has to realize that when he in fact is speaking, it is speaking from the heart with the sincere interest of the school, of the teachers, and of the students. And say, we are here and we will be available, even if we are in the board, to hear all the parents and all the students and the teachers alike. We come here as a cohesive unit and we plan to work with all the respected members who have already been elected in Delhi College. We need to be given a chance, and I plead to the Delhi College fraternity, give us one term and you see the difference we make.
Thank you, Manveer. That was a good summing up of your thoughts, and the audience heard you loud and clear. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for taking out this 1 hour 10 minutes. Thank you all for bearing with
We
us.
can request for a vote.
Thank you. No, this is
No.
not.
No.
I'm sorry,
No.
I cannot allow that.
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the time. Thank you very much for bearing with us for some technical hitches and the technical compromises we had to make with you and not be able to get the broadcast of the quality we wanted to get to you. This being a first year where such a debate was proposed and tried to be organized. Also the first time I am possibly moderating a debate. I hope I did justice in trying to bring out what was best possible. However, I think these people have presented their views. What matters here is the future of Delhi College.
Yeah.
What matters here is Delhi College as an icon for Indore, yet an international institute, not just an icon for Indore, in Indore, for Indore, of Indore,
Very good.
but for the country. So may you people open up your look into your conscience, judge the candidates well. You have a choice to make, and may you make the best possible choice, not in your personal interest, but in the interest of Delhi College. Because if Delhi College does well, I think Indore will collectively do well, the parents will do well, the students will do well, the teachers will do well, and the society will do well. So with that, I'd like to wrap up.
I'd just like to thank you,
Thank you,
Vinay ji,
Vinay.
because you were very gracious enough, and you have been a wonderful host. You asked, you were a little, of course, the devil's host, as we said. You were there and you played your role very well. We indeed are humbly thankful to you for providing us this platform. Through you, we could reach out to all our beloved old aliens. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Humbly
Vinay ji,
you,
and thank you
Bye-bye.
everyone for joining in.
We're signing off.
Happy rest of the Sunday to all of you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.
Bye.